Okie dokie. We're gonna play Goose Game.
Goose Game, no.
We're gonna play some fucking Goose Game.
Just a general
Before the meme cycle turns over and the Goose Game's not funny anymore. Oh.
We're getting there.
Oh,
right
do you
at
want,
the end.
hang on, let's swap headsets.
Oh, yeah?
Oh my gosh. There he is. There's the fat boy.
And lo, a
There's-
goose was born.
There's the bastard. Well, you can tell by the way I use my walk, I'm a wild thing.
Snake,
Oh,
that's
love
a
that.
log.
Love that.
Use your space to duck
Oh
underneath it.
yes. Oh yes. So let's have a look. Let's have a look. See. Oh. 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 I don't know if I want to let go of this boat. I think I'll just hang on to this.
Are you deciding that that is your weapon you want to take through the game? Is this basically just a mace in Dark Souls 2?
Okay. So there's my controls. Where do I go now?
I believe you have to go over that plank,
Oh,
I'm
oh,
assuming.
Oh, I found the menace button.
Well, here's the thing, is this like a case of, oh, there we go, that's the way. That's the way. There we go.
Oh, now it's horrible.
It just falls off of
Now
the
it's
hinges.
time to be horrible.
That's not yours.
Oh, I have always dreamed. Of
That's
this
not
moment.
yours.
I have always dreamed of this moment.
You can't just devour this. You can't just eat this. You know, somebody went to the trouble of packing this.
Look what I'm doing. Look what I'm doing.
The worst part of it is that you were particularly gentle, but you were still destroying the sandwich.
Get into the garden. Get the groundskeeper wet.
So you have established missions already. You were born from the bush. You were expelled upon the earth from shrubbery.
Well, let's see.
And you already have a bucket list
Bring to the picnic blanket. Oh, let's have a picnic.
of ways to.
Do we want to
back.
bother people, or do we want to have a picnic?
Well, I would say that you have to go through this sequentially.
Okay. Get in the garden. Yeah. Oh. Let me in. Let me in!
I feel like it's just at this case or whatever. What were all the years of you going through 72 hours of the Metal Gear Solid cinematic stages for that you learn nothing at this stage? You've got to have a level of stealth here. You got into the garden even though that was about the clumsiest way you could do it.
Okay, first watch this. Watch me give a fuck. Now watch me give a flying fuck.
Oh my goodness. You know there are stealth mechanics in this game. I feel like I have to remind you. What was that noise? Huh? That flower can flap its wings. What is your next sort of objective at this point?
Let's get the groundskeeper wet. Okay. Oh, we were close.
I need my trowel.
Needs this trowel. Get the groundskeeper wet. Hey girl, I spend a lot of time thinking about if I'm gonna make a squat across the room!
Well, he's just straight up looking for the trowel, right? At all times. So, steal the trowel, create some distance. You gotta steal the trowel, create some distance.
This is too difficult. I just want to cause problems.
I am telling you how
Yes.
to cause problems. You gotta create some distance.
It's that fucking song, disrespect your surroundings! Where's your tools, old man?
Well, he's got it now.
Oh, fuck.
Does this count as a critique on the primary industries in Western society? Take it. Take
I
it!
can't. Damn it.
I'm pretty sure there's a button for taking it.
I tried.
Scream into his ass.
Oh, fucking god! Go to hell. Give me your trowel. Ah!
I feel
Fuck
like
this,
you're
I'm having
missing
a
a key
picnic.
component to this
I'm
game.
having a fucking picnic.
How is there an Argyle mat just randomly out there already? That's not yours! That's not yours!
Now there's a soggy sandwich in the water.
Because of you! You see, you could have actually, like, sequence broke this. And just picked up the apple from
I
that
brought the
bench
sandwich. Is
already.
the sandwich ruined now?
Yes!
Aw.
You dropped it in the lake and it had been there in there for the last 5 minutes. It's barely a sandwich. It is more like, it is more a pile of yeast at this point.
Yeast. Oh, fine. I say the goose would still eat it.
It's not a question of whether the goose could eat it. It's a question of whether it constitutes a sandwich. A gross, dirty carrot straight out of the ground. Ah, there we go.
Jam. Oh, I know where to find jam.
Now the question is, how exactly?
Fuck you.
How exactly you were going to take a basket?
A basket? Like a wicker basket?
Well, there is a basket that
I
like
need
happens
that
in
too.
there,
I
but
need
I
the
meant
thermos.
pumpkin. You need preserves.
Nope. Fuck you. Fuck
Well,
off.
on your tail now. You
Fuck
have
you.
to.
It's mine. It's mine. Ah!
I don't think you can renegade this. I think you actually have to be a little bit more subtle in your approach.
I need this on Switch.
I'd argue at this point, if you really want to stack the picnic blanket above all else,
Yes.
I reckon you need the pumpkin next.
Where's the pumpkins?
Because that man is over to the left. I believe that man is attached to his preserves, his jam, his marmalade, his spread. Just,
Oh, Jesus.
well, it's a pumpkin.
Fucker!
What are you doing outside of your farm?
Well, while you're busy with that, I'm gonna take your fucking jam.
Is he just that easily distracted from his pumpkin? One more. Get him over on that side. And now make way with the pumpkin. There we go. What exactly are you going to do with a pumpkin? at
He
a
did. Oh, he
picnic?
tried to take my carrot!
He tried to take your carrot.
tried
Well,
to take
really,
my
really,
fucking
it's his
carrot.
fucking
No,
carrot.
it's mine. Hey! Leave my fucking picnic alone!
Well, stop bringing him back to the mat where he knows all his stuff is.
Oi!
You can't bring him back to the Argyle mat blankets. He knows all his stuff is there.
Look, fucking... I need to lock him out of his fucking garden.
I remember hearing like the story about the case of you know, ninja students like stealing over there, and
Is
the
he,
fact that
is, he
they
going
got
to, is he gonna go take my pumpkin?
and the fact that they got murdered because they stole. It looks like he's gonna take your
You
pumpkin.
had better stay the fuck away from that old
It's
man.
almost as if you should be doing this stuff in sequence. He's gonna take
Hey,
your pumpkin.
He's coming here, he's taking all of my fucking stuff! Unhand
worrying-
that pumpkin, you wastrel, you blackguard!
it's worrying less about that and more about your sequence and stuff like that. I believe the next thing is getting him wet at that point.
Unhand the pumpkin.
You fixated on this thing
Blackguard.
very late into the cycle.
Wastrel. Ruffian.
I would argue he's been the very opposite of wasteful.
I didn't say wasteful, I said wastrel.
No, you are the wastrel. Once again, it's just like say you were incorrectly applying this to the worker, to the common man.
I my controls and I hit the... Ah!
Well, you less kind
Take
of
that, you
orchestrated.
shitty old bitch.
You less kind of grandly orchestrated his downfall, and more just sort of fell into the answer. Fuck! I wish I could do that.
You shitty old bitch. I can turn... It's like chess, I can turn every disadvantage into an
Oh, it's like
advantage.
watching a one-eyed person play tennis. Just
No, it's like chess. I'm turning every disadvantage into an advantage. I'm thinking 3 moves ahead.
Well, there we go. We got the keys. The question is, what will you do with them?
I don't know.
Well, make the Soundscreeper wear his sun hat. Really, what you have to do is steal his current hat. It's 2019 and that man is still wearing a cheese cutter. This can't stand.
See, that's what I wanted to do with the keys.
This, ladies and gentlemen, and other individuals, is what we call squatting. This place is now legally ours. Have you decided that you are now going to tend to go? Oh god,
Fucker!
we didn't realize that he could open gates. You are going to have to get that hat off of him. He's about to pull out a gun in a second. He's just forgotten about the keys to all his possessions.
Wait. It's mine. Just
And these are how
keep
geese eventually work their way onto the property ladder and buy us out.
I'll just keep these right here.
Is it a case of making him bend down and nabbing it off of him?
Yeah, like how would I do that? So I can't make him bend down all the way.
This man is very aware of your shit, so I plan to romantically propose to him with this rose and make him just...
See, he doesn't bend down all the way. Fucker.
There it is. Ha! Oh no, I suffer from male pattern baldness.
It's just not fashion, darling.
It isn't. It's so 2001. There we go. Fierce. I'm actually not sure what this individual has done, to be honest, to deserve all of this to do.
I just hate him. Make the groundskeeper hammer his thumb.
I beg your
Make
pardon?
the groundskeeper hammer his thumb.
So we're just gonna break his digits, okay.
We're just gonna break his fucking fingers.
Some people just want to see the world burn. That was considerably
Fucking rip.
easy.
Rip.
Right now, he doesn't care that geese are a particularly gamey meat. He just is like a case of, like, say, I am going to murder
I'll go and have
this
some of
fucking
this.
bird.
I'll go and have some of this strawberry jam to celebrate.
Have you considered perhaps that this farmer has a family that he is feeding? At this stage, we've established that you, as the Untitled Goose, has no family. You
The
were born from,
Untitled Goose.
You were born from a bush, Mr. like Mr. or Mrs. Goose. First name Untitled.
My son, Untitled, go into the world, disrespect your surroundings.